In the 17th century, Europe was the theater of scientific revolution that completely changed the way people thought and understood the world. Before that time, people were strongly influenced by their religion, and discoveries weren't usually trusted or believed until years or decades after they were actually made. The time frame for the scientific revolution was between the lives of Nicholas Copernicus and Isaac Newton. Even though people still made discoveries afterwards. In this period, there were advancements in chemistry, medicine, machinery, astronomy, and mathematics. Alessandro Volta was born in 1745 in Como. To this Italian physicist and philosopher, we owe the invention of the battery, electric generator, and the study of natural gas. The invention of the stack battery has marked the history of electricity because most modern mobile devices are battery-powered. Then, by looking at some of the marshy water exhaled gas, Volta understood that these were flammable. He called this particular gas methane, and from there he began a series of experiments and formulated a theory. In 1794 he was awarded the Copley Medal, equivalent of the modern Nobel Prize. Antonio Meucci was an Italian inventor, famous for the invention of the telephone. In fact, in 1850, after several studies and researches on electricity, he built up the first phone. Because of financial problems, he failed to obtain a patent. In 1876, an American inventor, Alexander Bell, patented the phone, and for this reason, Bell was regarded worldwide as the inventor of the telephone for over a century. But in 2002, the US Congress has recognized Meucci as the true inventor of the telephone. Thanks to Meucci, we can talk to people who are kilometers away seamlessly. Enrico Fermi was born in Rome on the 29th of September 1901. He was an Italian physicist known for the experiments in nuclear physics. His name was given to an element to the periodic table, the fermio, in his honor. After finishing his studies, he won one of the first two professorships in theoretical physics created in Italy. Later, still very young, he went to Germany for 6 months to work in a team composed of the greatest scientists of the 20th century, such as Pauli, Born and Heisenberg. In 1933, he proposed his famous paper on beta-decacy to the prestigious journal Nature. But the editor of the magazine rejected it because it contained speculation which were too far away from reality. For this, Fermi published his theory in Italian and in German. In 1938, he moved to the USA because of the rejection of his proposal for the construction of a National Institute of Radioactivity. Another reason that prompted him to take this step was the enactment of the Russian laws, because his wife was Jewish. A few months later that date, he won the Nobel Prize for Physics. Once arrived in the United States, he planned the first nuclear fission reactor and was one of the technical directors of the Manhattan Project for the construction of the first atomic bomb used during the Second World War. Rita Levi-Montalcini was a neurologist. In the 50s, her research led to the discovery and identification of the nerve fiber growth factor on NGF, discovery for which she was awarded the Nobel Prize for Medicine in 1986. She was the first woman to be admitted to the Pontifical Academy of Sciences. On 1st August 2001, she was appointed Senator for Life for honoring the country for high merits in the scientific and social. Rita Levi-Montalcini became interested in the problems of neuroscience when, at the University of Turin, followed courses in human anatomy by Giuseppe Levi, one of the first Italians to study the nervous tissue at the cellular level. Both Giuseppe and Rita, in fact, were of Jewish origin, and the introduction of the racial laws in 1938 forced them to leave the university and move to Brussels. Her first study was published in a Belgian magazine, attracting the interest of Victor Hamburger, a German embryologist who had repaired to the US after the rise of Nazism. He invited Montalcini to join him at the University of St. Louis in 1947. In the US, Montalcini made her most important discoveries about the study of the brain. Margherita Hack was an Italian astrophysicist and popular science writer. The asteroid 8558 Hack, discovered in 1995, was named in her honor. She was full professor of astronomy at the University of Trieste from 1964 to 1st November 1992. She has been the first Italian woman to administer the Trieste Astronomical Observatory from 1964 to 1987, bringing it to international fame. Member of most prestigious Physics and Astronomy Association, Margherita Hack was also director of the Astronomy Department at the University of Trieste from 1985 to 1991 and from 1994 to 1997. She worked at many American and European observatories and was, for a long time, member of working groups of ESA and NASA. In Italy, with an intensive promotion work, she obtained the growth of activity of the astronomical community with access to several satellites reaching a notoriety of international level. She published several original papers in international journals and several books both of popular science and university level. She was awarded prizes for the scientific research and for scientific dissemination. In 1978, Margherita Hack founded the bi-monthly magazine L'Astronomia. Later, she directed the magazine Le Stelle. Science is a natural need, unbreakable and unconcealing constituent of our being humans. Right that can be submitted only to our hunger of knowledge, whose untouchable essence moved the same desire that pushed the infant in getting acquainted with the world that surrounds him. Not a weapon in the hands of headsmen, but fuel for engine of world improvement.